Kakashi's general coolness aside, no. Because there are performers who catch projectiles right now who still don't have to react to the projectile. What they do is train their muscle memory to react to the projectile's average speed. Then they look at the person who's throwing the projectile. Look at videos of arrow catchers in slow motion. You'll see that the person who fires the arrow makes the first move, and then the arrow catcher immediately starts moving in a way so that their hand is near the arrow when it passes by. Kakashi could be doing the same thing with lightning. For another case study, look at baseball. When you're catching a baseball, you're not trying to time your catch to the instant you see the baseball hit your hand. Catching a baseball is largely muscle memory triggered by the sensation of touch. You look at the ball's line of trajectory, you put your hand in the way, and then when it impacts the glove, you squeeze. Kakashi also could have been doing this. This is why when you test reaction time in a lab setting, you actually have to get rid of variables like this. You have to get rid of everything in the surrounding, you have to get rid of a second person telegraphing whatever's going to happen. It's literally just a blank screen and a dot appearing. That's the only way you could actually test reaction speed in isolation. It is natural for us to predict movement of projectiles based on how the person firing them is moving. That kind of comes from built-in instinct. It's actually natural for predatory hunters to be on the lookout for sudden movements. We are remarkably good pattern sensing machines, and that pattern recognition is what allows you to be able to do things like catch an arrow in mid-flight, even if you're not reacting to the arrow. But when you take all that away and all you're doing is reacting to a dot on a blank background, suddenly your reaction speed isn't as superhuman as it appears. Believe it or not, everyone in the fighting game community has experienced this in some way. Really fast moves, like 3 frames, 4 frames, somewhere in that vicinity, technically they are unreactable. You cannot see the move happen and then either block or counter. But fighting gamers block and counter those moves all the time. How? Because their opponents telegraph them. It's not that fighting gamers have superhuman reaction speed, it's just that they can see the things that lead up to the fast unreactable move, and they base their reactions on that. The same thing can hold true for dodging or, in this case, catching a lightning bolt.